Hi, Tracy here. Today I'm going to show you how to use something as simple as Microsoft PowerPoint to create and batch great branded images that you can share on social. You're probably aware that creating content for your social media distribution is very important. And often what you'll do is you'll go and find other people's content to share, which helps, raise their profile, but does very little to your own profile. So today I'm going to show you how to use something as simple as PowerPoint to create and even batch photos, branded photos that will help increase your brand awareness and your profile and get you some likes, comments and shares. So what you'll need is PowerPoint, obviously, and I'm using PowerPoint 2010, so it doesn't have to be a recent version of PowerPoint. And you'll need some good quality images, preferably ones that tie back to your own business. They don't have to be business products or services, but something that connects or attracts the people that you want to attract into your business. So if you're a skincare, you sell skincare, then stuff about posts and images about empowering women would probably be a good genre for you to use in your branding. So I've just pulled up, I've just got a folder here with these sample images that actually came with my computer, and I thought, oh, well, we'll just use those to start with. And what you can do then is we're going to make inspirational quotes to start off with, but you can use the same process to create tips and tricks to educate your reader. You could use it for just about anything, even creating sales type posts to promote your own products and services. The process will be the same. So I've just searched on quotes here, and I've got a couple of quotes that we can use today, and I've got the images, and I've got my PowerPoint open here. So the first thing we need to do is reformat this image size to best suit most of the social media platforms out there. And you'd think they'd all get together and decide on one ideal photo size, wouldn't you? But they don't. So you've basically all the different social media platforms have different image sizes. Now you can create a different image size or different image for each platform, but who's got the time for that? There's one size that kind of fits most social media platforms, and that's the size that looks good on Facebook and Twitter, and even in Google Plus and Instagram to some degree. Now Pinterest is a little bit of a different creature where vertical video or vertical photos work best for Pinterest, but that dimension, that size doesn't work for the other platforms. So if you're using Pinterest, then you're probably thinking about maybe even recreating the images in a vertical format. So we want landscape, and the size that we're going to use is 1024 pixels by 512 pixels, which is the perfect size for Twitter, but also looks good in Facebook, Google Plus, and to some degree Instagram. And so that covers most of your bases. But when you create a PowerPoint slide, it's usually in centimeters for starters, but it's also not in the right size. So we're just going to go over to design, and we're going to go to page setup. So this is the size of the existing slide or canvas that we're going to use to create the images. So we need to change those centimeters to the right pixels. So I'm going to flick over to a website that will convert pixels to centimeters for me. So the first pixel size is 1024, and it's giving me 2709 as the wide or the width. 512, and so that's 13.54. Okay, so that's the canvas size now that we're going to use. Now, what we're going to do is put in the background image, or one of the background images. So we'll just go to your hard drive. So you can insert an image, or you can just drag and drop. I like the drag and drop. So we'll just pick this photo, drop it in, and over here you can see a bit of a preview of what it looks like. So I'm just going to zoom out so I can see the whole canvas and where it's sitting. So I'm going to move the flower around a bit so I can see a bit of a preview over here of what it's going to look like. And what I can do from here, I can also, if I just click up here at format, I can actually create type filters on it. So I can blur it up, I can, there's a whole heap of different effects that I can put on the image if I wanted to make it a little more interesting, or I can just leave it as it is. Okay, so that's our background. So what we need to do now is put some text. So I'm just going to go to the quote site, and I'm going to copy, go back to the slide, and what I need to do now is insert a text box. So I'm going up to insert a text box. I'm going to put the text box on, and I'm going to paste in the copy. Now that's really hard to see, so I'm going to make the text white, and I'm going to bold it, and I'm going to increase the font size. So I can just click on this little icon here, and I can move it around. So I'm using the up and down arrow now. I can move it there. Now if you wanted to turn it on its side, you can alter the layout there. You can even change colours of individual words. Maybe the purple there. Now that the background is so strong and the text is getting a little washed out. So what I'm going to do is insert a shape. I'm going to insert a square shape. I'm going to put that square shape behind, or just over the top of, because we'll move it behind. Okay. Now it's really strong, so for starters I'm going to have to push it behind. PowerPoint works very similar to Photoshop in that it's layers. So you can see we've got the image in the background layer. Then we had put in the text as a text layer, and now we've got this shape sitting in a layer. We need to push this shape behind the text, but make sure it's above the image. So just go into Format, and you can go here where it says Send Backwards. So it's going to push that layer back down one layer. See that? Now what we want to do is change the color of that text box so it doesn't stand out so much. You can go up here to Shape Fill, and maybe make it, I know, a purple, a light purple maybe. Yep. I'm going to take the outline off because you can see that there's a blue outline around the box. I'm going to take that off completely and no outline. And I'm going to make that transparent because it's very strong, and I probably, I don't want it to be so strong. So we're going up to Shape Fill, and we're going to go back into, click on More Fill, and down here it'll have transparency, so we can now make it transparent. Okay, so the next thing we want to do is brand it. So we want to brand it with our logo and our web address. Now, some people say, "I'll brand it with your Facebook page," but I'm a great believer of, your website is home base. So if you really are going to spend time and effort, you want to drive people back to your website, because that's where they'll learn more about your business and they can pick up the phone and ring you and convert to a sale. It's up to you though. So the next thing we want to do is get a text box. So we can go up here and insert a text box. Type in my website address. Change the color to white, and I'll make it bold, and I'll just increase it a bit in size. I'll right align it. You can see it's sitting in the preview. It's sitting quite low, so I'll just bump it up a bit, and I'm using the up and down arrows to align it a little more, to sit right at the bottom there. So now with my logo, I'm just going to grab it off my desktop and drop it in. It's too big, so I'm going to resize it. Now when you're playing with images in Photoshop 2, don't grab any of the side or top resize tabs there. Grab the corner, because if you do grab the side, see how it distorts the image? Whereas if you resize from the corner, it will keep the resolution there right. So we don't want to make it too big. We just want to make it I might just put it down there. Okay, if you wanted to see what it looks like, preview, you can just hit the slideshow button down the bottom here, and it'll give you a full size preview of the image, and then hit escape to go back. Okay, so I've got image number 1, and I said we're going to batch it. We're not going to do this every single time. It will take so long. So what I can do is just click on the slide over to the side here, just right mouse click and go duplicate slide, and then what I'm going to do is just delete the background image, and then I'm going to duplicate it a number of other times. So we'll just do it 6 times maybe. Okay, so now we've got 6 blank slides, or 5 blank slides, and the one that we've just completed. So now all I have to do is go in and drag and drop my images. I've got the next image onto the canvas, align it, whoops. Now again, you can see that it's sitting in the top layer, but we want it in the back layer. So we go up to Format and click on Send Backwards, or we can click on the drop down and go Send to Back, because we know this is the back layer. So it's pushed everything else in front. Now you don't have to worry about these guides from PowerPoint, so you can just delete those if you like. So now everything's there. We just need to maybe change the fill color in the shape to match the image a bit better. And change the text. So go and get another. And put that in there. I'm also going to see how that's highlighted. That's just got a hyperlink on it, so I'm going to remove the hyperlinks. And I'm just going to reduce the size of her name so that it fits underneath the quote, and make the actual quote bold. Right, that's that one, number 2. Now number 3. Okay, so once you've created all the images that you want, you can make hundreds of them if you like in one batch. What we need to do now is save them as images. So if you go up to File and Save As, so when you click Save Type, you can save it as a JPEG or a PNG. PNG seem to be stronger images on Facebook. So we'll save as batch 1 and go save. And do you just want that one slide? So you can save one slide, or you can save each of the slides individually. So we're going to go every slide because we're creating a batch. So they've all been saved to my hard drive. Just go and find them. Okay, so in my documents, I've got the folder, inspirational quotes, and when I go in there, I'll have the 6 images, so the 6 slides, each numbered. So what you can do with these images now is you can upload them to Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Pinterest, wherever you need to put them to help add value to your community and improve your brand recognition instead of sharing other people's content. If you head over to, I'll leave a link with this video. If you head over to my website, I'll have the text version of these instructions, as well as some links to some other resources, and also a this presentation, so you can download it and use it as you want, instead of starting from scratch. So thanks very much for listening, and hope you have fun creating your images for social media.